So hi everybody, we just bought this 2017 Flying Cloud 20-foot Airstream, and it's got a pretty beat up cooktop. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this Atwood high output cooktop with a Greystone cooktop. And the first thing we're going to end up doing is just taking this thing out. So you can see this thing's kind of beat up. The brackets are broken. Those brackets are really hard to find. The top is just kind of a mess. And yeah, it's just, I figure we'll put in a nice new one. The oven's already been replaced by the previous owner, so we'll put a nice new cooktop in here and make this thing a little bit nicer. Okay, we're going to take this thing out of here, so we're just going to take these grills off. They come right off, of course. These guys will come off too if you want to take them off ahead of time. They're connected to the sparkers. Just twist that and come right off. Then this top just lifts right off. Pretty simple. Get that out of there. There you go. Okay, so now we just have a couple things to do here. We just need to disconnect the gas line, and I've already turned the gas off and disconnected from the tank out front just to make sure. And then there's just 4 screws on either side here that we need to be able to pop this thing out. Really, really straightforward. So let's take those screws out first. Okay, so we have basically this gas line. It's a rigid line. We're going to basically take this off, but we're going to need to work with it because our new cooktop, the gas connection's back here. So this thing, I've got a pipe bender. I'm going to bend the pipe a little bit. Then I have a little flex hose that I'll use to connect to it and then connect back to the cooktop. Okay, let's get this gas line off of here. Pretty straightforward. Now this guy should just lift up out of here, and then we should be good to go with our opening. Let's see. There we go. We've got it out. So now we'll get the pipe bender and we'll work on that gas hose. Okay, so I've got everything I need here to replace it. So this is the new stove, Greystone. There's the part number. It's got a nice glass top to it. Very nice looking stove. Bought this on Amazon. I think it was like 180 bucks. That's not too bad. Got a gas detector here, pipe bender. This particular stove has lights on the handles, so I've got some wire here that I need to wire over to the DC battery power, and then I've got myself a short little flexible gas connector hose, because we're going to come over here and we're going to take this rigid pipe and we're going to kind of bend it down in so that it's back here somehow, and then we'll attach that other flex hose to it and attach the flex hose to the stove. But I do need to figure out how to get that power to it. There's an access there, I need to somehow pull some power from down here where the power supplies are all running from. So we'll figure that out in a bit. So I got a little excited and didn't learn how to use my pipe bending tool quite right. So I was going to bend this pipe, make it a little bit easier to connect everything, but I ended up crimping it right here. So what I'm going to do today is I need to cut the pipe and reflare it. Put a flare on the end again, just like this. And I'll just move it back, move the flare back somewhere about right here. And there's plenty of videos online to learn how to do that. So that's my next step. Okay, so I got my pipe cut back and I put a new flare on there. And I'm going to now attach my flex hose. So I'll attach my flex hose to there, and then that hose will just go to the stove, and I don't need to worry about bending pipe or anything because I'm not very good at it. Okay, I connected up the hose, but I realized that I bought the wrong hose. This is a 3/8 inch outside diameter hose. That's not what I need. What I need is I need a 1/4 inch inside diameter. This is a 1/4 inch inside diameter. That's what I need to get for this hose. So I need to run off to the store and buy that and then come back and put it on. Okay, here's just a little tip with this Greystone stove. So it has these installed directions here, and this second one says to just push the glass top cover back a little bit and lift it up, but that's not correct. So what you actually have to do is you need to basically open it up, take the grill out, and then there's 4 screws around the outside that need to come out, and then the whole top will just lift out. Okay, I've got the 4 screws out, so now I can just lift this top out of here, and we should be able to get access to the mounting holes. Okay, there we go. So we've got access now to our mounting holes, and we should be able to just drop this in and secure it to the sides and be ready to go. Okay, I've come across another little issue here. My depth of my cooktop, I didn't pay close attention when I bought it. It's about 3 3/4 inches, and you can see I've only got 3 inches here. And even if I get this cross piece out, the oven sets down and we're at about 3.5 inches. So I still need another 1/4 inch somehow, and that's going to have to be taken out of that stove somehow on the bottom. It looks like there's some things propping it up, so maybe I can lower it just a little bit. So what I'm talking about here is, if we come over to this stove, you'll see that I'm at about actually 3 7/8 inches. Where we got it? We got it? Can we see that? Can't really get it, can we? Let's do it like this. There we go. 3 7/8 to this top lip. So that's my next chore, is to figure out how to get some space to do that. All right, so I was able to get that cross part cut out of there, and this stove fits nice and flush now, this cooktop. Now I just need to get things kind of all set up for this microwave underneath so that it comes right up against the bottom of the cooktop, and we should be good to go. Okay, the other thing I needed is this new cooktop has a light that I need to connect to the battery. So I came down here and I found the thermostat controller, which is already connected to the battery, and I use these nice connectors and just connected in a wire that'll come up behind here, and then use that with the same connectors to connect to the light on the back of the stove. Okay, so I've got my stove moved down. So now that I have my stove down, I've got my clearance, which is good. I've got 3 7/8 inch for the cooktop to drop in. I've also got my new gas hose. This has got a 1/4 inch inside diameter, and it's also anti-whistling, so it has the alternating ribs on it to keep it from the gas from whistling as it goes by. So we have everything we need now to actually install the cooktop and finish everything up. So let's do that. Okay, so I've got everything sort of set up to where it fits nicely in there. I've only got just a little tiny bit of a gap underneath there, but you can't really see it when you're using it, so that should be good. But turn the lights on for you so you can see what the lights look like. And yeah, so now we just need to get the gas line hooked up, everything screwed in, and we're done. Okay, I'm gonna get this gas line going here, and then we're gonna drop the cooktop down inside. Take this cable that's for our lights, move that out of the way for a second. Let's get our adapter connected here. Okay, we've got the gas line going there. Let's get everything else connected. Let's get our wire. Okay, double check those are working, and they are. As you can see, the lights go on and off there. All right, so the lights are good. Let's get this gas line connected. Okay. Slide this guy back in. There we go. We'll put in our... Actually, before we put in our 4 screws, let's test it and make sure that the burners are working and there's no gas leaks. So let me go turn the gas on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the gas on. We're going to get this guy going here, this gas detector. And we're just going to check really quickly if we've got a leak. So let's check our 2 joints and make sure we're letting this thing warm up. As soon as the yellow light goes off, it'll be ready to go. Okay, so let's try. Alright, so that's telling me I have a leak back there. So I'm going to try and tighten it up and see if that fixes the problem. Okay, I tightened up the flare side a little bit. It had a little bit more room to tighten it. Let's see. Let's let this thing warm up and we'll see if we got this leak under control here. As soon as that yellow light goes off, we'll test it. There we go. Okay, let's try now. It's got a real small leak. Give it another little bit of a tighten. Okay, I gave it one more little turn. Let's see how we do. It's definitely looking better. Doesn't seem like there's anything there. Okay, I think we got it, so we should be pretty good at this point. I'll try just really fast here to all right, now that I've pushed it back in, I'm just going to test it again real fast to make sure it's still pretty good. Still nothing. Okay, still nothing. I think we're pretty good. I'm going to give this a quick test. Let's try and light one of these guys. There it goes. All right, I'm going to put this thing together. Okay, they all seem to work fine. I'm going to put the screws in the sides and then put the top on, and then I'll finish putting the oven back in the bottom, and then I'm going to call this job done. Okay, I'm just going to do some starter holes for these screws so we don't split any wood real fast here. All 4 sides. way. Okay. There we go. Let's get the top on. There we go. All right, there it is. New Greystone Cooktop. Came out nice. Yeah, even with a couple little hiccups I had along the way, everything seemed to work out fine, and now we have a nice new cooktop. Okay, I've cleaned everything up. Here's what the final install looks like for this cooktop. Very nice cooktop. Again, wasn't very expensive. 180 bucks on Amazon from Rec Pro. It's a Greystone cooktop. Lights look great on here. The overall cooktop just really is nice. Much better than the Atwood that was in here before. Not a really difficult install. You saw I had a couple challenges along the way, but nothing that wasn't easily overcome. Just one quick note, the yellow gas line I did have actually was a 1/4 inch inside diameter pipe as well. I just wasn't reading the label right, but I'm glad I put the anti-whistling one in. Yeah, so I'll post some links down in the information below for some of the resources I use to help me understand how to install this. And then if you have any questions, just post them in the thread below.